Hello and welcome to episode 107 of
The Eldritch Podblast.
I am Margaret.
I am Jack.
And hello.
Hello and welcome.
When you're doing this, I thought you were trying to get my attention to clap us out, and I was like, it's been 19 seconds.
Give it to me. Give me the podcast.
Oh, I see.
Give the podcast to me.
Give me your blood.
And your blood.
Yeah. And your allegiance.
And your attention.
And the 3 digits on the back of your credit card. And your postal address. Thank you.
I only want a little bit of your attention, though. It's not to be full attention.
No, well, I mean, I think Entity has words about that.
I mean, the thing is, right, I know so many of you are like, I watch this when I'm doing X, doing Y, doing Z. So maybe like I want your attention. I only need, a modicum of your attention.
Yeah, we need we don't, you know what? Oh my God, contrary to popular belief, we don't need your eyes. Entity just wants your eyes.
Yeah, that's just a want. There's a difference between a want and a need.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, Entity just wants them. As long as we have your ears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, when you kill someone and you like take their ears as proof.
God.
And you take them back and you're like, here is the thing that you asked for.
Is that what Entity does with their eyes?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, if this is your first time watching, so sorry.
So if you see things flashing up on the news of people dying and losing their ears.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Do not point fingers at this podcast.
Oh, no, do not. No.
The entity,
I mean,
the ear stealer.
You point a finger, you don't know when you're going to lose that.
As soon as you point your finger, it's gone. It's gone.
Try it. Oh my God, it's gone.
And it's gone.
Hello.
Hello.
How we doing?
How is everyone?
You know what? Good point. What do you do when you watch us? Like,
do you sit down and watch us on the TV? Because I know some people do.
Yeah.
Do you just have us on the background while you drive to work? While you're at work?
Yeah.
While you're drawing? While you're
eating?
Doing the washing up? Yeah. Definitely eating.
Oh.
I know a lot of you watch us while you're eating.
Yeah. Because you know what? That made me think. I watch a lot of YouTube, obviously. That's like predominantly the thing I watch. And I can only sit down and actually watch YouTube video when I'm like working.
Yeah.
I can only really do it when I'm working.
I would say that's the time I do it the most.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, when it comes to like things like Critical Role, like I can do that while I'm working, but also I do enjoy doing it, like just when I'm winding down.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Critical Role recently.
You have been watching a lot of Critical Role.
I'm on episode 80.
Yeah.
And they're only up to 82.
They're not really.
Yeah, so
I didn't realize you were that caught up. Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty caught up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty caught up.
That's my problem. That's my issue entirely. So I watch like a lot of video essays. That's like my preferred genre of choice,
isn't it? Yeah.
Right? I love video essays, and I can watch them in the background while I'm working. Something like Critical Role where I have to pay attention because like I know I don't have to, but it's like I would want to. I can't watch when I'm working, so I can only watch it when I'm watching it with you in our spare time on an evening, which we don't really have a lot of. And when we do that, we're doing something else.
Yeah.
You know what I
We're
mean?
not game. We've been playing Enshrouded.
We've been playing Enshrouded.
We've only played it once, but this week's been a bit of a strange one.
This week has been a strange one.
Because our sleeping pattern was so bad.
Oh my God, it was so bad.
And normally my fix is, I do like this thing where I like incrementally make it better. And like, I'll be like, okay, so I woke up at 1 o'clock today. So tomorrow I wake up at 12. The day after I wake up at 11. The day after I wake up at 10. And then I fix it like that.
Yeah.
Whereas like,
it just wasn't working.
Getting you up is tough.
Yeah,
so,
and let's be honest, it wasn't just me.
It wasn't
I know
just
it's
you.
easy to blame it on me because listen, I cannot get up by myself.
No.
I do this weird thing where if I know Jack is up, I will force myself to get up. If I'm not up, I just won't get up. It's so annoying. So it's not
snoring time.
Yes, I am the main problem, but I'm not the only problem. I would say,
Margaret, the problem.
Oh my God, that's what they call me.
That's your second name.
That's my middle name.
For all of you that didn't know Margaret's second name,
the problem.
It's the problem. But so we were like, okay, it's not working. Let's be honest,
it wasn't working.
You
You weren't getting up, and then I wasn't getting up.
I would do it for like a day, and I would get up, and I'd be like, okay, I did it, but then I'd be really tired, and then I'd oversleep again.
Yeah.
So I couldn't break my pattern. So I was like, okay. Margaret was like, let's do an all-nighter.
I'm not kidding you. I've been suggesting an all-nighter for about 6 months.
And I was like, no chance in hell. I'm never going to do that. That sounds like, because I'm like, when it comes to being tired, like I am worthless as a human being.
No.
Yes. When I'm tired, I am worthless as a human being.
No, not worthless.
Yes.
No.
I am useless. I am just like a sack of meat that sits on the settee, wallowing in my own self-pity about how tired I am. Like, the thing is, because I sleep so much, like, I'm never tired. So I'm always, like, really upbeat and happy.
Yeah.
But as soon as I'm tired, the world might as well be over.
I think I actually beg to differ with that. I would say that yes, you were never really tired, but because our pattern of sleep was we'd go to sleep at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. and we'd wake up
12,
at
1 o'clock.
12 or 1 o'clock, which again, there's nothing wrong with having a different sleep schedule. Like, that's fine. But for us personally, especially because we've just come out of winter, oh my God, waking up and it was getting dark.
Yeah, and it
felt
like
horrible.
Because we're streaming, and we're streaming at like 7 o'clock on some days. Like, if we get up at 1 o'clock and then we film a video, we basically go straight from filming a video straight into streaming. So it's like we need the time in between the two to like do things like cook tea and things like just like general people stuff.
Yeah. So well, you know what? We did it. But what I was saying was, I would actually beg to differ, saying, you were like, oh, I was always tired, so I was always happy and upbeat. I would beg to differ. I
wasn't tired.
You weren't tired. But I think today, spoiler, we just did an all-nighter. You seem the most energetic you've been in forever, and I feel it too.
Yeah, I feel fantastic today because so on Wednesday we did an all-nighter, so we played D&D. We stayed up all night playing Enshrouded. Yeah. And then yesterday we I wallowed. So we did. Sorry, I had to clap out for the dog because he was licking his face. So yesterday, played D&D, played Enshrouded all night.
Yep. All night. Through to like 9 a.m.
9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And then we're getting really tired. So we came out in the front room and I was watching some Critical Role. And you were like, I'm going to go and shower and refresh myself. And we had to go to the doctor's at some point. So that was like what we had to do at 2 o'clock. We had a nap just before we went to the doctor's. Mm-hmm. I stayed up until 7:30, 8 p.m. at night. Mm-hmm. And then I slept.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
I slept from 8 o'clock last night till 9 o'clock this morning because I hadn't slept. So I slept for 13 hours.
Yeah, you did.
And I woke up at 9 o'clock and I was like,
yeah,
it's like I've been reborn.
Yeah, oh my God,
It's like I've been reborn as a person, like a phoenix rising up from the ashes. I rose out of my bed, flapping my golden wings.
See, I unfortunately wasn't so lucky. I feel great. I feel really good. But
this is what happened. This is where we differed, and this was the problem that you had. Yesterday, I felt really tired before I went to the doctor, so I had an hour nap, and you had a little nap.
Yes,
and then
I had about 20 minutes.
It's about 5 o'clock. I was like, I'm really tired. I was watching Critical Role, and I kept my head kept falling. I was falling asleep, so I had an hour nap. We went to bed, and as soon as we went to bed, and I was like, as soon as I feel tired, I'm turning the TV off and going to sleep. And you were like, no, I need to stay up until 9 o'clock.
In my head, I was like, I need to stay up. I was like, 10 would be the best, but I was like, I need to stay up till like 9 p.m. So I was also falling asleep at 8 p.m., but I forced myself to stay up.
That was a mistake, baby.
That was the mistake, because I went to sleep at about 9, and then the dog, poor, God bless him.
He had no clue.
He had no clue what was going on.
Discombobulated.
Yeah.
He didn't go to bed last night, so he just slept in the office.
Yeah, unfortunately, he also had a bit of a strange night. So, 10 p.m. rolls around, and normally that's when we're going into the office to play games for the night. So he was very confused. Yeah. So he got me up at 10, and I let him out. And then I couldn't sleep again. And I fell asleep maybe about 11:30. And then he woke us up again at midnight. And you got up and we let him out again.
Yeah, I got up having already slept for 4 hours. So I came downstairs and I let him out. And I was like, oh, man, normally I only get about 8 hours of sleep. I'll probably wake up at 4 a.m. What if I can't go back to sleep now? Yeah. Fell asleep for another 9 hours.
Yeah, so I went to sleep, I'd say about 1. So to be fair, but you got
2 hours before that.
And I got like 8 hours, like, pretty much uninterrupted apart from the dog. Yeah. So I feel really good, but my God, I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed at myself that I couldn't go to sleep like when I actually needed to.
Yeah, it's because you denied yourself.
I did.
When your body's doing that,
I know. I should have just gone. I should have just gone to sleep.
So do you want to know what? I still think I feel great now. Yeah. And like waking up at 9 o'clock felt great. Yeah. And like I've got the whole day ahead of me. We're recording this episode. We're going to go to do some things. We're going to play some Enshrouded, and then we're going to stream tonight. Yeah. And like, I'm like, that excites me, the fact that I've got this much time. Yeah. Would I do it again? No chance in hell.
Yeah, see,
because yesterday, I was at one point after we came out of the office after like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, I was shaking.
Yeah.
I felt sick. I was cold.
Yeah, I feel like
I was looking at you and was like, this is.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god. I was like, I can't be in the same room as you because this is the worst.
And that's just it. I'm just being tired. I'm terrible.
Yeah.
I'm just not good at it.
Yeah, you know what? You are amazing at many, many things. You excel in many things. You are so much better than a lot of people at many things.
Thank you so much.
Being tired.
Potentially the worst person
Not one of them. Not one of them.
As soon as I don't get enough sleep, I am a miserable person.
Yeah. It was pretty bad. So you know what? I just took myself out of the equation. I was like, I'm gonna go have a shower. I had like an everything shower because we washed I washed the bedding.
Yeah.
I got myself all showered. I went and I did some stuff. I played the game. I did some YouTube stuff.
I rotted on the couch.
Yeah, you rotted
on the whole day.
But you know, it's two different ways to deal with things. But you know what? I will say, I struggled a lot more than I thought I was going to because, you know, I'm used to doing all night. Well, you know, I used to do all nighters. I am not kidding you all the time.
You were used to doing an all nighter.
I know.
When you were in college.
I know. When I was like in uni.
You're 30.
I know. You know what? I didn't take into account the fact that I am literally 30 years old.
It's like, and the thing is, you were like, oh, they've never been as bad as we always think they are. And I'm like, Margaret, the last time you did one was like
when we first got together
years ago.
No,
that was
it was when we first got together. When we used to go on. I know.
But
it was definitely harder than I thought it was going to be.
I thought it'd be harder than you thought it would be.
It really was, but it also wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I definitely had a much better time of it than you did.
Yeah. I feel like I've come out of it far better than you did though.
Yeah, no, I feel good though. I feel good.
That's great.
Yeah. I feel good.
I mean? As long as it wasn't in vain.
Yes.
And
you know what? God, at 1 a.m. I was like, oh my God, it's all been in vain. I messaged him.
It's such a mistake. Yeah, I woke up to a message from her this morning.
It's 11 o'clock at night and I was swallowing and I messaged you like, hello, I'm still awake. Don't know when I'm going to go to sleep. This is just a message for you. In the morning, could you just force me to get up? Like at any cost, ever. Thank you.
Yeah, because the day starts when I get up.
Yeah, it does.
Like,
it does.
The dog
very
will
much
still be
so.
asleep.
Yeah,
and he'll just be chilling on the bed. But Margaret won't get up unless I get up.
Yeah, unless if I know you're up, I'll force myself to get up.
And I'll come in back. I'll have my shower. I'll brush my teeth and stuff like that. I'll come back in the room to get ready, and then that's when I'll arouse you from your slumber. I'll arouse you. Rouse you.
You know what? I wasn't going to say anything.
They're very similar words.
Yes.
Rouse you from your slumber.
So all of that to say, we're feeling great.
Nicer and
loiter.
We did an all nicer.
Oh, I thought you said we didn't loiter.
I mean, I loitered. I did a lot of loitering in the front room, baby. That front room got loitered in yesterday.
Loitered.
By me.
Me when I loiter.
Me when I'm loitering. So we feel great.
Yeah.
And our sleeping pattern seems to be fixed.
Yes, I hope so.
Which is just pulling. Just be like 3 a.m. uninterrupted.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah.
Yes. Wow, that was really, really long.
So we're going to be streaming tonight?
Yes. Well, no, we're not. Not for you.
Well, not for you.
For
but
us.
Tonight we're streaming.
For us.
Every Friday, every Sunday.
Yep.
7 p.m. GMT.
Yep.
Videos go up at 6. Stream starts at 7.
Yeah,
I know. Always send me through a loop. Come and join us on stream. It's been amazing. Like
oh my god, it's been so good.
The support that people have shown us.
Damn.
We're past 50 minutes now. We just chat shit.
Yeah, we do.
We talk about D&D. We talk about food a lot of the time.
Yeah, we do.
Talk about stupid shit.
We do. We talk. Listen. There's a lot of talk about sea monkeys.
There's a lot of talking about sea monkeys.
There's a lot of talking about sea monkeys.
It's a fucking great time.
It is. It's so much fun.
We usually get weird snacks.
Yeah,
and when
when
we like get to goals, we just eat weird snacks on stream. Maybe not even weird snacks that we've never tried.
Yeah, we tried kombucha.
Yeah. I like kombucha, apparently. We're going to go to the Asian supermarket after this, and we're going to go and get a bunch of snacks that we love, that we know we love from there.
I fucking
we're
love
going to get a few
Asian
things we've never tried before.
Yeah.
We're going to try them on stream and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be reading out all your homebrew submissions. Thank you.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
We put the homebrew challenge up.
Oh my god.
Like 25 different submissions came in.
And that's as of today for us. There's still another 2 days actually, like in terms of the challenge. The challenge is closed as of now, by the way.
So don't be going to the Discord and enter any submissions, but do be going to the Discord to join the Discord.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thanks to everyone who's entered the submissions.
Yeah,
for the Homebrew Challenge.
Like, no, we couldn't. No, I was gonna say technically we could read out the winner and no, we couldn't. No, man. Yeah, sorry, no.
No, because we got to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we record.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Never mind. Hey, that's not for you. So stop worrying.
You're always such a worrier.
Oh my god. Oh, stop worrying.
You're such a worrier.
No.
Stop worrying so much.
Don't worry. It's okay.
Do you know what? It's gonna be fine.
Yeah. And if it's not, then you'll know about it.
Yeah, if
the
it's
entity
not, then
will make you know about it.
If it's not, we'll deal with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's
Sorry,
just the way we go about it here.
What else?
We wanted to show some fan art.
Oh my god!
We wanted to show 2 bits of fan art today.
Oh my
because
god.
you are all just going crazy for Blythe and Balthazar.
Well, speaking of sea monkeys.
If
you don't know why we talk about sea monkeys so much, there is a clip on Twitch. It's a highlighted clip talking about sea monkeys. I'm not going to disclose why. If you want to know, you can find that out. It's a horror story.
Margaret committed sea monkey genocide.
No, I didn't.
And now we just show our support for sea monkeys on the podcast.
And last week we showed Balthazar Toothless done by Sherry. Sherry did a Balthazar sea monkey.
Sea monkey Balthazar. Here he is.
Look at how cute he is.
He's very cute.
It's in the wake of a very sad sea monkey story, but,
caused by
but wow,
Margaret the Kaiju.
I'm pretty sure I said that in stream 1 as well.
No, that was stream 2.
I was like, here's all of my stories.
Yeah. Oh, there's many more.
There's
many,
the amount of times
more.
people are like, this is really obscure Margaret lore, and it's like, yep.
Oh, man, there's much more.
I saved a photo on my phone today that came up on my memories that I want to share.
Do you want to know what? We've been doing TikToks for so long. I started getting the year this time last year TikToks.
That's wild.
Not that, innit?
God, that is absolutely wild.
Yeah. Been doing this for a while now, baby.
Yeah. So this is a Balthazar who is a sea monkey.
Balthazar sea monkey.
And if you don't know who Balthazar is my current D&D character Blythe's companion.
Yeah.
If you want to know more about Blythe and our current campaign, we have a separate playlist that we upload to every Wednesday where we do a campaign update. And not only do we do it every Wednesday on YouTube, we actually do it live on Twitch every Friday.
We're going to be doing one tonight.
Yes, we're going to be doing one tonight.
We had a crazy episode.
Again, not for you.
We had a crazy session on Wednesday.
We did. We absolutely did. It's such a shame we're doing them a week in arrears.
But it's good to be in a week in arrears.
Yeah.
Because, if we miss a week for any reason, we've still got content to be putting out.
Yeah, indeed.
But yes.
So this is a sea monkey Balthazar.
Sea monkey Balthazar, thank you so much to Sherry. This is Sherry's...
Oh my god, yes, Sherry.
56th piece of artwork for Blythe and Balthazar.
Oh my god, thank you, Sherry. Thank you
Sherry.
So much. We have... So... I think I've made this clear on the podcast before. I fucking love Neopets.
Margaret's a big Neopets fan.
I still play Neopets.
Yes,
I go on it every day.
Yes,
I love Neopets. I always have. I always will. I collect a lot of Neopets things. And we were on stream and Sherry was like, oh, did you ever get the McDonald's Neopets toys? And I was like, what? This one?
And she just pulls one from off
I have
screen.
one on the shelf in front of me, and it's a loop Neopet.
Yeah.
If you play Neopets, to be honest, even if you didn't play Neopets, you're probably aware of what a loop looks like. This is what a loop looks like. I don't know.
Oh, well, you did tell me that.
That's what a loop looks like.
No, I need to put the timestamp in because if I don't, then you put your hand out like this,
and then there's nothing.
That's the like worldwide symbol for.
Jack, edit something in here.
I edit the videos now, just so you know.
Yeah, Jack edits the videos now. Jack edits the videos now. Thank you so much. That's such a huge help. So someone was like, "Oh, it was Raina." I called them Raina. Their name is Raina Nana. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I was like, "Is it okay just to call you Raina?" Did Balthazar is a loop. And
Balthazar Neopet.
With Neopets, you can like get paintbrushes to paint them specific colors. And oh my god, I can just picture what a Balthazar paintbrush would look like.
So Neopets, hit us up.
Hit us up. Well, hit Raina up. Nothing to do with me.
We'll be Raina Nana's manager for this
moment.
You can talk through us.
Yeah.
And we will get into Raina.
Yes.
And
yes.
We can make some plushies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, nothing to do with me. But it's Balthazar in the style of the loop art from Neopets. And if that is not the mashup I didn't expect in 2024, I didn't know. But who knew I needed that? Not me, but I do.
Well,
and
clearly,
I did.
Clearly, the community knew you did. did that.
And I love it so much. I love it. I love it. Someone in the chat was like, oh my God, Margaret's going to lose her fucking mind when she sees it. And I did. I lost my mind.
She did, yeah.
So thank you. I love it. I love it so much.
So I said 2. Apparently we've got more.
I just checked then. We actually have 2 more that we quickly want to go through. We would like to say a big thank you to Mikatis for making a emote for our stream, which is the spinning wheel.
We do a lot of spinning wheel stuff.
We do a lot of spinning wheels.
We put a lot of things on wheels. And we like to randomize a lot of the stream.
Yeah, it's because, we take live submissions from you guys, like whether it's like advice or like a D&Dify thing, even if we're just pulling from like different things we want to talk about or different classes. We use a lot of wheels. And we came up with a wheel song. I don't know if we can even sing it on here. Spinning is the opposite of spinning the other way.
Yeah.
We had to workshop it. We have an official spin
we have a spinning
emoji.
Wheel.
Emote. God, emoji. How old am I? Fucking hell.
It's an emote, Margaret. Get down with the fucking kids and that.
So, oh my God. Thank you very so much, Mikatis, for making the wheel. It's actually perfect. So thank you so much. And then
Mikatis is a big stream enjoyer.
Yes, thank you, Mikatis. God, thank you so much for all of your support. It doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you. And obviously the same to all of you.
Apart from those of you who don't submit that fan art.
Apart from you who don't make us emotes on for Twitch
for free. That we normally would have to pay people for.
So this.
Do you want to know
one,
what's mad though? I don't think we've got a single emote that we've paid for because people make so much.
It's absolutely insane.
Like, I know somebody. I saw a comment this morning on a YouTube video. It was on with one of the campaign update YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, I know that everyone's getting fan art for Rayla and stuff, for Blythe and stuff like that. But Jack, you should tell us about your NPCs so we can do fan art of your NPCs. And I'm like, some podcasts have never ever had fan art ever done, and people are just like,
I know,
they're like white knuckling the table, like, tell me more about your NPCs so I can draw them and stuff like that. It's just crazy.
We're in such a lucky and privileged position to have so many artists in the community.
Yeah.
Like we honestly, I cannot stress enough. Like in our Discord especially, we have a whole Artist Alley section where you can, if you're an artist, you can put up commissions. If you want to get art, you can commission artists. You can get advice. You can show your work in progresses. You can just showcase your art.
Just talk to the artists.
And like there's so many artists in the community, and we're so blessed to have that, honestly. Like it's such an amazing thing. And again, once more, like something that we're so incredibly grateful for.
I agree.
Especially me, who art of my characters is so important to me. Like it really, really important to me.
So like it's just crazy.
Yeah,
I don't think at this moment we've ever had to even pay for an emote.
No, I know. To be fair, we do want to get some, like the typical like stream emotes where it's like animated versions of yourself doing things. I really want one of us holding a knife. But we're actually going to commission someone like in the community to do those.
When I stab you.
Yeah, exactly. We're actually going to commission like hopefully some people in the community to do those.
Yeah, that sounds sick.
Because that would be fucking
If you want to
awesome.
do some animated versions of us for Twitch, that we are happy to pay you for.
Yes. Yep.
Speak up.
Yes.
Message us.
Yes.
Let us know.
Yes. We have one more piece of fan art to go through. Sorry, I know we've talked.
But certainly not least.
We've talked so much in this intro. This is going to be a really long video.
You saw last week the Matthew's like geode? No. That's what we've got this week.
Yes, that's what we've got this week.
Last week we saw your necklace.
Yes.
But Yokel has done a fantastic job.
Yes, and ring.
This is, and ring. Margaret. Yokel has done another fantastic job here with Matthew's geode, which is like genie lamp for his Warlock patron. So this is it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Yokel.
We showed Matthew, and Matthew was like,
I know. Matthew was like, holy fucking shit. Listen,
insane.
Matthew doesn't talk in the Discord very much. He talked in the Discord for this one. He talked in the Discord for this one. Like it again. I really don't understand what goes into like 3D rendering. I mean, I don't understand what goes into art full stop because I'm not an artist. But oh my God, this looks so fucking cool. Like exactly how I pictured it. Yeah. To be honest.
Insane. Amazing.
Yeah.
Like with the light coming out.
I know.
Yeah.
I know
it's not the exact T that is on it, but it's even got the little T
I
on
know.
it. Really
that's our bad. We didn't send you the symbol, Yokel.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
But oh my God, it looks amazing. Thank you so much.
Very good.
It's really, really cool as well that our friends are also getting like stuff made for their characters. Like Matthew was like, wow, I really, really can't believe that someone did like art for like my character, which is how I feel every single time. It's unbelievable. But yeah, thank you so much for all the love. Very much appreciated. We really do. Thank you so much.
I'm going to say just before we get into topic.
Yep.
Like the video.
Oh my God.
Subscribe if you haven't.
God.
Hit the bell to be notified when we upload a video on a Monday and a Thursday. And comment down below.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it at the end as well.
Yeah.
But do all those good things because it supports the channel.
You have no idea how much it helps, truly. And with that, anything else? No. Should we get into today's topic? 26 minutes in.
Topic.
So, today's topic, I know you can't see, we are doing horror and wholesome stories.
The horror and the wholesome.
God, someone on stream was like, do you remember when it was just horror? Yep. Yes, I do.
8 horror stories back to back.
Oh my God, I know. 8 horror stories.
That's a lot.
I know. You need the palate cleanser of the wholesome, I think.
You do. You need to be refreshed like a sorbet.
Yes, exactly. I'm so glad that we
like when you go to KFC and you get to wipe your hands to get the grease off.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, they're the KFC kitchen napkinette or whatever.
Napkinettes, so you can refresh your fingers before you go back in.
Yes, and they have that lemon scent to
them.
What
the wholesome stories are.
Yeah, I fully agree. And again, we are going to be reading some horror stories on stream. We're also going to be reading some wholesome stories on stream. Going into February, we will have a proper stream schedule, so we can tell you when we're going to do that. But for now, you just have to deal with it in a video, all right?
Well, right now, you do know that every week you get campaign updates on a Friday on stream, and then every other week you get homebrew submissions on stream.
Yes.
And the rest is just us being crazy.
Yeah, basically. I mean, yes. It's us being crazy regardless. But yes, so these are all submissions apart from there is there 2 stories from the Reddit here?
But anyway, if you want to, submit your stories down below in our description.
Yes.
There is a Google form where you can let us know all of your homebrew house rules, your horror stories, wholesome stories, I'm at the asshole submissions and things like that. Get your stories in to be read out on the podcast.
We need some more wholesome stories. That's what we need. We need more wholesome stories. If they make me cry, there's more points and I'm more likely to go in, to be honest with you. There is a Reddit story at the end, which is a wholesome one. But all the rest is submissions, so thank you very good. Thank you very much to everyone who sent
in their submissions.
All right, this first one, this has been sent in by Firbolg, and she goes by she, they.
Thank you very much, Firbolg, for your submission.
Thank you so much, Firbolg. Hello, long-term lurker and first-time submitter, and I love the podcast. Cheers, we love you. How about that?
We love the lurkers.
oh my God, we love the lurkers. Lurkers.
You make up the numbers.
Oh my God.
Not everyone can be super.
Hey, you don't need to... Oh my God.
Was that you hitting the lurkers?
You don't need to live. No.
That's what, yeah.
You are still so valued. You don't need to comment. You don't need to make yourself known. I mean, you could throw us a like. But genuinely, thank you so much to all of our lurkers. We appreciate
every single person.
We really
has ever supported the podcast, even by just watching. So
truly,
thank you very much.
Truly. This story I am sharing is a horror story that kept getting worse at the time, but now it is fun to look back at and laugh at the absurdity of it all. Hey, sometimes it just be like that. Sometimes you have to just.
In the moment, it's traumatizing and horrible, but as long as we can look back on it and think, at least we're not there anymore.
Exactly. So this was back in my first year of college. I had made a friend and they introduced me to their friends from back home via Discord. We all seemed to click and we ended up playing one of the pre-written modules, Waterdeep maybe, or maybe Sword Coast. I don't know. There was a lot of water.
There was many water.
Understood.
Many a water.
This group consisted of the DM, he, him, the barbarian PC, she, her, fighter PC / communist cat, he, him, will be referred to as Stalin, and some kid. I found out later that they were under 18 and that was not the vibe, but nor are they relevant, and a wizard, she, her, my friend's character, who I can't remember because they ended up not playing due to illness, and me. I was playing a Sea Elven Warlock with the Unearthed Arcana version of the Fathomless subclass, think Kraken, Deep Sea Monsters, etc., named Athena. Athena. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong, Firbolg. There were many problems along the way, like misogyny, control issues, bullying, ableism. I read that as albiism. Albiism. Ableism, etc. But the following 3 situations stuck out to me most.
Well, they're all not good.
Yeah.
That's already not a great beginning.
Yeah.
So let's see how bad it gets.
Situation 1. I am the oldest in the party and also the most experienced in D&D.
Small brag, my parents started teaching me when I was 6 to play different versions of D&D and Pathfinder. That's a huge brag.
Your parents are sick.
Yeah, that's a huge brag, Firbolg. That's a massive brag. So much fun. However, the DM started to treat me and every other femme-presenting person like we were stupid and did not know what we were doing.
Interesting.
3 out of the 4 femme-presenting / non-binary individuals who were in this game had D&D experience, while the other female player, the wizard, was extremely smart and picked up the rules very quickly anyway. But he was patronizing and rude, and honestly, I do not know why I put up with that bullshit for so long. Yep. That's how it goes.
Because games are for guys.
Yeah,
guys play with games and girls play with dolls, right? Barbie dolls, right? Yeah. That's the only thing that is acceptable.
Yep. Once again, if you're a woman, or as Firbolg says, if you're femme presenting, you will know what this feels like to have a man try to explain everything to you, even though you probably know the rules better than them.
Yes. Yeah. Man, that must be so frustrating.
It is so frustrating. And it's not just games, it's everything in life. It's absolutely everything in life. A man will try to mansplain anything to you, and it's so fucking frustrating. Situation 2. About halfway through the game, Stalin decided that he no longer liked his character. So himself and the DM planned an assassination of his old character, the fighter, by his new character, Communist Cat Assassin. As you could imagine, this was a disaster for many reasons. Mainly, Stalin had not told anyone except the DM that he did not like his character and would rather play a funnier meme character. So both the party and the players were blindsided by this event. Additionally, the party had bonded, completed several objectives together, and had shared their backstories. In fact, Atina and his character had just shared a very touching moment before he was assassinated. Atina and the barbarian witnessed the assassination of the fighter as we, the players, thought that the DM had started initiative.
Yeah, like a combat.
Yeah, of course.
And this is the thing, it's like, you would fight for your life to try and, like, save a party member.
Oh my God.
And I bet you they were like...
I know.
And getting frustrated. It's just like...
Especially if this hadn't been communicated with anyone. This must have been the most awkward thing ever.
If you want to change out your character, you can just be like, by the way, just so everyone knows I'm changing out my character.
Yeah, totally.
Like, it's not the reveal you think it is.
No.
Because most of the time, if you're going to kill that character, the party's going to do everything to try and save them.
And then you come in as the character that killed that character.
You're like,
man, I
don't want to be friends with this person.
That would not go down well. At our table, God, that would not go down well.
I think 90% of tables,
agreed.
That wouldn't go down well.
Obviously. The DM then told us that the fighter was 100% dead and that we couldn't do anything to save him. And then he introduced us to the assassin that had killed him. The players were in shock and pissed off because now both the DM and Stalin expected us to allow the murderer of our friend into the party.
Which you wouldn't do.
Of course you wouldn't.
You would never do that.
You would never, ever, ever do that.
Ah, yes, you've just murdered my good friend.
Oh, yeah, come on then. Yeah,
Join us.
Come on. And, you know, we always talk about suspending your disbelief, right? And always talk about getting along for the sake of the party. But I just don't know how your characters could ever.
The only way it works is if you tell the party, I'm changing out my character, this character's going to die, just roll with what happens. Like, that's the only way that you're going to get it to happen.
Yeah, but
and there's
even
still
then,
gonna be pushback, I think.
Yeah, I agree. That I just know for a fact, even with our table and our group, if that happened, it would be really hard for all of us to get our characters to be on board with the fucking murderer.
The murderer of the party member.
Yeah. Stalin also said that the reasons that the assassin cat killed him was because the fighter was bad and killed someone.
Yeah, I was thinking you could maybe portray them to be a bit of a terrible person.
Yeah, you could portray it like you don't...
Still a hard sell.
You didn't really know the fighter and the fighter actually had done all these things.
Yeah, he was actually a really bad person.
Even then.
And then you start forming trust issues.
Yeah,
like,
I know, exactly.
Who are all you people? Because clearly I don't know you as well as I should do.
Exactly. The players argued for a bit because there was no way story-wise that the party would allow or want to be around the cat as it had killed their friend. There wasn't really a resolution to this, as the DM said that we just had to add the cat to the party. Also, I don't know what Stalin's deal was or what the fuck the bit was supposed to be, because all he did was a terrible Russian accent and brag about the war crimes his communist character had created. The whole communist bit, by the way, was not funny to anyone except the 2 man-children at the table. I roll.
Yeah.
Like...
Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard, because the thing is, right, anytime anything is brought up about communism and stuff like that, you just, like, people just want to meme, like, on Russia and Stalin and things like that. And, you know, just you get into this, like, really tough talk about like capitalism versus communism.
I know.
And well, communism doesn't work because of this and that, and it's just
I know.
And then accents are fine. You can do an accent.
Yes, of course. We've played with friends whose characters have had Russian accents, but they've never ever lent into any political thinking. Listen, I know that we're a D&D podcast, but we are political. We make it clear we're very left, we're very liberal. We fucking hate the right, but at the same time, you approach those topics in a way that isn't taking the piss and being a meme. That, I don't see anything that adds to the actual conversation apart from taking the fucking piss. Which is lame.
Which is lame. Yeah, I don't, man, and it's just so, if there's just two people who are just finding it funny and everybody else is just this is just no fucking worth
sat there
it's just not funny. It's just so hard to be around.
Yeah, it is. So situation 3, the final one. The communist cat was near when the game imploded. What caused the group to disband was because the DM did not balance combat. I am a DM as well, and I struggle with it sometimes, but that is not the full point. And I did not like how easy it was for our group to defeat the bad guys during combat. Specifically, he did not like our barbarian, who was built by her player to be super optimized, because that is what is fun for her.
Fair.
Her barbarian did a lot of damage and was our tank. The DM not ask the barbarian player that her character was now going to be the BBEG because she could kill the entire party. And because her barbarian was stupid, she wouldn't be able to resist the mind flayer's mind control. We, myself, friend, and new barbarian friend, left after that because that was absolutely bonkers.
That's fucking, that's dreadful. The thing is, I am a well-built barbarian, a really optimized barbarian. Can be such a problem for a new dungeon master.
Yeah, of course.
Being able to take half damage and with a great strength scar, and then you add the rage damage.
Yeah, totally.
You're getting a guaranteed almost 6 or 7 added to you're gonna roll on the dice.
Exactly, especially if you're doing things like rules as written advantage flanking as well.
Yeah.
And then you can get advantage regardless
whenever you want
as a barbarian too.
But the thing is, you take half damage. So a well-oiled barbarian can be hard for a first-time DM.
Definitely.
But what you do is you work with that player and find out the ways that we can balance it.
You learn how your player plays as you go.
But what we don't do is just make them the BBEG.
Yeah, by the way, you're the BBEG
against
now.
their choice, and be oh yeah, you're stupid. You can't succeed.
You can't. There's no way.
It's just well, if we're playing a dice-based game and we have stats, what's the point in just taking my choice away completely? There's many things wrong with taking people's choices away, by the way. But just being you fail the mind control, it's well, shouldn't I get to roll?
And you know what? Also, another layer of that is, as Firbolg has said here, all of their characters were really close and there was a lot of roleplay and bonding moments. So take that into account and then turn around to be you're the BBEG now, by the way. You're going to kill the whole party. That feels fucking terrible.
Yeah. And also, there's nothing wrong with being the combat was too easy. If I went into a game personally and the combat was easy, I'd be bored straight away. Because I like a challenge and I like to, feel the tension of combat and the things could go wrong if we don't play this right. That's what entices me about Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
So anybody who's just they were a new dungeon master, the thing is for me, I just wouldn't play with a new dungeon master because I wouldn't want that pressure on somebody else.
Yes,
of them thinking that I'm bored.
Yeah, I
would
know.
Just,
it's a full circle type thing, isn't it? Yeah, agreed. So anyway, me, myself, my friends, the new barbarian left after that because it was absolutely bonkers. Yeah. We all tried talking it out with the DM, but this was the final straw. After many attempts to discuss his behavior, we all ended up ghosting and blocking him.
Hey, fair news.
Now, about 5 years later, my friend, the barbarian, and I are playing a very cool, very gay Curse of Strahd campaign. Listen.
Super gay.
Super gay.
Couldn't be any more gay if we tried.
We all have characters we love, and we get to play with an amazing DM who is extremely creative and adds so much love and passion to the game. Shout out to Gwen. There you go, Gwen, if you're listening, shout out to you.
Shout out to you, Gwen.
Your big gay Curse of Strahd campaign.
You and your massively gay Curse of Strahd campaign. Hey, if that's what you enjoy, baby, fucking go for it.
Yeah. Oh, Firbolg, first of all, so glad to hear that in the end it all worked out.
In the end it all worked out.
And, you can look back at this and you can laugh. But fuck me, I bet at the time that was so unbearable.
Just that. I can see that being the last straw. Just being you're the BBEG now. It's
you know what? No.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, God. You know what? I think I would have. The thing is, the assassin character thing, I can see people maybe being able to move on from that eventually.
Maybe, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it would be tough.
But you know,
yeah.
you'd move on from that, I think. Something like that, where you're forced to betray your party and kill them and be the bad guy, there's no way. There's no fucking way.
Especially if there's nothing leading up to it other than you're mind controlled now.
Yeah.
It's like maybe if there was like some moments where they lost control.
Yes,
or
like some
and it was like a storytelling tool.
Yeah, and
like
the player was like, yeah, I would like to do this.
You know, like those of you who've like watched campaign 2, like no spoilers, but you know, that was a big thing for Yasha. Like the whole like losing control thing like that happened to her. And it was done, you know, really well. And, you know, when she came back around, it was this like awesome moment, stuff like that. And she didn't trust herself. And it was great.
Yeah.
But there was so much leading up to that moment.
Yeah.
And there was so many like...
And there was buy-in from the player, which, you know, to be turned around and just be like, yep, well, there you go.
You're mind control now.
And, oh my God, the extra layer of talking to women like they fucking don't know anything. So annoying.
Women have...
No brains.
I was about to say women have brains.
No.
But, you know, women have brains and are intellectual beings. So let's just treat them like that, you know?
Yeah, that's too hard though, isn't it?
All the men and masculine presenting people, like, let's just fucking drop that shit. Because it's fucking old. It's so old. And it's fucking not true. And nobody needs that shit in their fucking lives. If somebody wants some fucking help, they'll ask.
Yeah, sometimes people are going to know more things than you, and that's not a shameful thing.
No.
That's absolutely a very normal human thing. We all learn from different people at different points in our lives.
We've all lived different lives. So some people who might have been playing fucking D&D and TTRPG games for fucking 20, 30 years when we're just getting into it. So let's just, you know, not do this.
Yeah.
Let's just treat the people around us with a bit of fucking respect. And not fucking patronize people.
Thank you so much for your story, Firbolg. That was. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I'm glad that it worked out in the end.
Well done.
Shout out to Gwen.
Shout out to Gwen.
All right.
Gwen.
This next one. This is a wholesome story.
I was about to try and drink from the mic.
Oh my God.
I have this man. I was gonna go.
Drink up. So this next one, this is a wholesome one, and this has been sent in by Spider, and they use any pronouns.
Thank you very much, Spider.
Thank you so much, Spider. A recent wholesome story about not having to ask for rolls all the time reminded me of a moment that was sort of the opposite, where my player was the one to insist upon rolling, even to his own very mild detriment. My party consisting of a rogue, a sorcerer, and a barbarian, and were on the second floor of a building, reading a note which asked them to meet ASAP. It was written in thieves' cant, so they assumed it was something sinister, and they wanted to proceed with caution. Clearly, their location was compromised, so simply walking down the stairs and leaving the building like a normal person was out of the question.
Obviously.
Rogue, can I climb down the side of the building using my cloak of arachnida?
It's a spider climb cloak. That'll do.
A magic item that basically lets you walk on walls.
Yeah.
Me, yeah, sure. You sneak out of the window with ease. Sorcerer, oh, I brought a broom of flying earlier. Can I follow him? Why am I reading it like this? Why am I reading it like this? Me, go for it. Barbarian, can I go after them? Me, well, the walls are actually pretty hard to climb, but you guys know you can just walk down the stairs, right? Barbarian, no. I want to jump out the window. Me, oh, well, you might take a bit of fall damage. Wait, you haven't used your dragon's blessing today yet. Something you got from a previous adventure. You can just manifest your wings and fly down. Barbarian, no, I'm too late. It's too late. I'm saving that for later just in case, and I'm rolling acrobatics. Oops. Me, not one. Barbarian, not one. Me, you fall flat on your face of your confused party who just watched you jump out of a window with no plan, taking max damage. But don't worry, you didn't fall very far anyway. Barbarian, clearly delighted. Hell yeah. Moral of the story, yes, failing can be frustrating, but also sometimes your party are just little gremlins who just want to see stupid things happen.
There you go.
Man.
There's sometimes just like, where as a dungeon master, you're trying to think of solutions for people. You're like, oh yeah, this. Oh yeah, you can do that. And they're just like, nah.
No, you like.
I just want to jump out the window.
I just want to do this thing.
I just want to flex how many hit points I've got, jump out the window, rage, and take half damage, and just be like,
man, the absolute insisting on being like, Oh my god, well we can't go downstairs.
Hang on upstairs.
Oh my god, we couldn't possibly go down the stairs.
We've got to do this right now, and we've got to do it really fast.
And we've got to be smart.
Yeah.
We've got to get out of here. Oh my god, there's people watching us. Like all conspiracy theories, by the way. You don't know that.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
The barbarian just wanted to jump out the window.
And sometimes it do be like that.
And sometimes as dungeon masters,
you just have to let him.
There is sometimes as a dungeon master where you've just got to let the players just make mistakes.
Just
and
do
just
the thing.
Be silly and just be stupid, because that's why we play the game. And then everyone will look back and be like, remember when you jumped out that 2-story building and landed flat on your face? Even though you could definitely have used your dragon aura.
Yeah,
or
just walk down the stairs.
Yeah, I'll just walk down the stairs. But and it's like you're trying to think of all these solutions.
I know. No, I'm just gonna do it.
I'm gonna swallow dive.
Yeah, too late.
Out of the window.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like we do this all the time. You're like, you could do this, and we're like, too late.
Too late.
I've already said it. I'm already doing it.
I've already said it.
We do that all the time.
Like, as long as there's some times where you ask to do something, and I'm like, just so you know, if you do this, there's this potential.
And we're like, okay.
And you're like, fine.
Yep.
Like, but I just want you to know everything before you do
we're doing it.
Because I don't want you to maybe have misread the situation or misinterpreted the situation.
Yep.
And then you do it, and I'm like, it's like the other day, there was a moment where you were like, I say this.
Oh my god.
And I was like, okay. And I was like, this thing hears you. And everyone was like.
And I was like, well, I wouldn't have just said it.
And you were like, I wouldn't have just said it. I was like, I know, but you said you didn't go, I whisper this.
I know. See, I you know what? I realize I misinterpret things all the time.
Yes.
I'm actually probably the worst for misinterpreting
I agree.
a situation, because sometimes I have a really hard time picturing my proximity
to
things, if that makes sense. Like in my mind's eye, I can't build a picture as in as if I was looking at it.
I agree.
Which I
usually for you it's a distance.
It's almost always distance.
Always distance.
Almost always.
Yeah.
Like you say 30, 40 feet and I'm like, that means nothing to me.
Literally nothing.
Cannot picture where my character is in comparison to that. Like heights and stuff. I don't know.
The day
I can't do it.
Margaret actually went to cast knock and didn't realize it like makes a knocking noise for 300 feet.
Oh my god.
And everyone was like, that's not quiet.
Yeah, literally everyone was like, we need to get this thing open silently. And I was like,
I cast knock.
Don't you worry.
Margaret was like, step aside.
I was like, I've got this.
Move out the way.
Everyone, come on. I'm going to do my mic drop moment. I was like, I cast knock. And everyone was like, Margaret.
Everyone was like,
no.
That's not quiet. No. That's the opposite of quiet.
And ever since then, I'm like, I'll just cast knock.
Every moment when we need to be quiet, Margaret's like, I cast knock.
I cast knock. I had no idea.
Just on anything.
Yeah, I had categorically no idea.
Yes, it is loud.
Not just loud. It's deafening.
And it's like, again, a lot of my players don't understand, like, when they cast a spell.
Yeah, the repercussions of what could happen from it.
You got to look at verbal, somatic, and material components, because casting a spell is a big thing.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to stay hidden, you're like, oh, can I cast comprehend languages? Like Abby tried to listen to what they're saying. I'm like, you do realize you will absolutely 100% reveal yourself.
Yeah, we're like,
And
I feel like a lot of times you go, and just deal with whatever the consequences
sometimes
are.
they don't know.
But all of that to say, sorry, Spider, we kind of got off topic there.
Sometimes you just gotta let the players do it.
Sometimes your players are just, like you said, going to want to be gremlins who just want to do a thing.
They just want to do a thing.
Sometimes we just want to do a thing.
They don't care if they get hurt.
Nope.
They don't care if it's a bad idea.
Nope.
Sometimes it's just like a big funny moment.
Yeah.
Like when you do something and like there's so many moments in D&D where it's like you take a risk.
Yeah.
And everyone's so scared to do it.
Yeah,
one player's like, I do this.
I'm just gonna do it.
And then if the rolls happen and it comes off,
good.
It's just sick.
Feels so good.
And sometimes the players don't want to be reminded of all the things that could go wrong.
Nope.
They just want to do it.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you so much for your story, Spider.
Thank you so much, Spider.
All right, are we ready for a horror?
Yes.
This next one has been sent in by David, and he goes by he, him.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David.
Hello, Margaret and Jack. My name is David. I'm a relatively new listener, but your podcast has quickly become a favorite of mine.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. You've quickly become a favorite of mine.
You're a favorite of mine.
How about that?
A favorite of the podcast.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much. I have a story that isn't as bad as some others, but I thought it would be pretty cathartic to share. So years ago, I used to play D&D 5e with a group of my boyfriend's friends who graciously let me in, even without knowing me too well. I was very quiet and totally new to D&D at the time. That is to say that I didn't really know how to handle conflict in and out of game at all. My boyfriend started with a homebrew campaign with him as the DM, me as the barbarian, Jay as a wizard, and C as a cleric. The story was just getting started when we visited a town and the three of us decided to go check out the surrounding forest to scope out the area. We come across a bear cub just minding its own business, and the wizard of our group decided it would be a good idea to try and pick up the bear cub. Me. Me.
No way in
every
real life
time
you would ever try and pick up a bear cub.
Real life, no fucking way.
Ain't no way.
Oh my god, no fucking in real life.
In real life.
Fuck no.
But in D&D.
Oh my god, in D&D, grabby hands.
Yeah, little raccoon hands.
I think every single one of us, maybe not Josh, would be like, "Can we pick up the bear cub?"
I think Josh would be like, "This is a mistake."
Yeah, and we'd be like, "Shut the fuck up, Josh. Josh, shut up.
I don't want to hear
Josh, come on, this is our chance." my barbarian tried to tell him that we probably shouldn't go do that since its parents could be nearby, but he ignored me and did it anyway. Us.
Very, very sensible, very grounding.
Yep. To be fair, if we got given that response, we'd probably be like, "Oh, good point." We'd probably try and still touch the bear.
I think somebody would try and pet it with the mage hand or something.
Yes, I think we would be like, "Oh, we're not a threat."
Yeah.
And we'd throw
somebody
food at it.
Cast speak with animals.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah,
certainly.
It'd be something like that.
Of course, the cub responded how any animal would and scratched him. Since we were all still level 1 at this point, and with him being wizard, it hurt him quite a lot.
Fair enough.
The cleric and I then told him we need to go back to town, but he decided that for this baby animal's defiance, that it needed to die.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
I mean,
Yeah, obviously. This animal that you bothered.
It was sitting there, minding its own business, probably went for its parents. You touched it and picked it up, but it hurt you. That's its fault.
Yeah. You decided to go. Saying this after being like, I go pick it up.
I mean, but if it obviously didn't
you'd
want
be like, that was my
up,
bad.
Yeah. Not the defiance of the baby
defiance
bear.
The defiance of this baby animal?
How dare you defy me?
Do you know what? Do you know what that makes me think? It feels like the defiance of the DM to punish me for doing this. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. Well, just wait, because I was on to pick this.
Yeah, I haven't read this one.
Just prepare yourselves, because what you just said is maybe a nail on the head.
Oh no. Well, he started trying to fight it all while C is saying that this is unnecessary, and I'm staying back, not wanting to get involved.
Of course.
Well, surprise, surprise. The cub's parents show up and the DM is very clearly implying that he shouldn't do this. Out of game. Oh my god, here we go. Jay is complaining that it's unfair that he's not being allowed to kill a baby animal when it attacked him.
Yes. How dare you, Dungeon Master?
C and I decide to slowly start walking back to town while telling Jay to back off. In frustration, he says he forgets it and decides to walk towards the 2 adult bears, even though they're growling, and unsurprisingly, he gets downed instantly.
Of course you do.
Of course you do.
By 2 fully grown bears.
Oh my god, a level 1? And even if these are just standard brown bears.
Level 1 wizard.
Yeah, you're getting fucked, by the way.
The max hit points you've got is 11.
Yeah.
If you had a +5 in Constitution.
The standard brown bear has multi-attack.
Has 2 attacks.
Yeah, you're dead, dude.
And like a +3 or something in strength. So that's guaranteed 6.
You're a goner.
Before the dice have been rolled.
Yeah, you're a goner. The DM tells him to roll for death saves while me and C are running back to try and help, but he says that he doesn't care. And he gives up. So his character is now dead in the first session, and the rest of us are stunned.
By literally no one's fault but their own.
The woman was too stunned to speak. Shortly after, he hung up the Discord call and left the game after sending the DM a message about he was treated unfairly and that he was being targeted. In shock, the 3 of us left and we didn't really know what to say. So in an attempt to get some kind of resolution, I said that after the bears left, I would bring his body back to town and to the church to have a funeral. See, good of you, by the way.
Yeah, I think far more than the wizard deserves in this situation.
C went along with it and gathered flowers to put on the grave. The DM played out a short funeral service that C and I put on for our fallen comrade, and we ended it there. Needless to say, the mood was ruined and the campaign fizzled out without ever really getting to start. And what was most surprising to me was that in this campaign prior to this one, Jay was not this confrontational at all. In fact, in a major battle with 6 players defending a town from the undead, his character slept through the whole thing in the inn. So yeah, it's years later, and I've gotten better at talking to people and trying to resolve issues, but this situation still baffles me. David, This situation baffles me too.
This situation doesn't baffle me.
No, this baffles the fuck out of me.
There are people in this world
Yeah.
who just do not like to be told no.
Yes, that's very much the vibe of this.
There is people in this world who just cannot be told no. And like as soon as you tell them no, they take it as a challenge.
And like the thing is, David, did you mention that you were new players to this? No, you weren't.
I think David's boyfriend was a new DM.
Yes, and Jay wasn't because Jay had played previously.
I think they were all definitely not first time players, but this was the first time DM.
Yeah, but like even then though, the thing is, it's a weird one because obviously you're sat there as me, Margaret, playing a character, Blythe, right? And you're sat there as Jack playing everyone else, basically.
Yeah. Everyone but the players.
Yeah, exactly. So there is kind of overgame, kind of an understanding that, yes, it's you doing these things, but you have to look at it from a perspective of in-game. In what world would that not happen? Do you know what I mean?
Like,
with that exact situation, the bear situation. And it's like, yes, okay, the DM decided to have the parents step in, but at the same time, of course that would happen. Of course it would. And then what? The DM just goes, oh, all right, okay, let's move on and let's the player get away with it, and then rewards them for bad behavior.
It's this story is the epitome, the antithesis of the phrase play stupid games and win stupid prizes.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it. 100%. That is what that is. That's exactly it.
This is what's going through my mind as I'm hearing the story is this is a new Dungeon Master with a player that is not new.
Yep.
Okay. This player is trying to push the bounds and test the limits of this Dungeon Master. And because they've got the title of new Dungeon Master. Look, I stepped into the Dungeon Master seat after having watched fucking hundreds of hours of Critical Role, having played in many games. And when I sat at that seat, I was not a great balance in combat in the first moments, but I had a very clear idea of who I was as a Dungeon Master.
Yeah, yes, agreed.
And very much like, and the thing is, you've just tried to take the piss here.
Totally.
And the Dungeon Master has done what any Dungeon Master should do.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if you just fucking try and kill a baby cub and then run towards growling bears who clearly want to attack you.
Like, what do you think's going to happen?
And then if the bears don't attack you, then that player just knows that they can take the piss.
Well, that's it.
They just know that they can take the piss out of this Dungeon Master.
Yeah.
And the Dungeon Master has then lost all power.
That's it. It's just setting a precedent to be like, okay, you can do whatever you want. And again, I understand some games don't have consequences like that because players, I understand on a game-to-game basis why people wouldn't care about it having consequences, right? But, I think in a lot of games...
Most games do,
definitely. Yeah, this is just... a perfect example of someone being a shithouse and not being able to be told no and then having a fit over it and leaving. What a shame. What a shame to do that.
Crying shame.
In the first session. And oh my God.
To be
fair,
though,
mention,
good job
by the
that
way,
they showed the true colours in the first session.
True.
Let's just get it fucking over and done with. Do you know what I mean?
Not to mention though, David says this was the first session and then the campaign never took off after that.
Of course it didn't.
It soured it. Of course it did. What a shame.
What a fucking idiot.
What a shame. I'm so sorry, David, that not only did it ruin the campaign, it sounds like it potentially ruined the time of your boyfriend too, and I'm sorry about that.
It's just shit, innit? It's just clearly that's it. It's just a power play. It's like I'm gonna try and test you and see how much I can get away with. And when the Dungeon Master's like, "Well, you die," you're like, well, I'm gone. It's like no one cares.
No one cares.
Literally nobody cares.
Thank God.
You've acted a fool. You've got a fool's prize, and that's what you deserve.
Indeed, I agree. I'm sorry, David. That stinks, and I hope that you can also look back on this like, what the fuck, and you now play very fruitful games.
But at no point in this was this your problem.
Oh God,
your
no.
fault, nor your boyfriend's
no,
problem,
you say here like
fault.
I'm better at talking to people. Hey, doesn't matter how good you are at talking to people. If someone's gonna act a fool,
someone's gonna act like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing you can do. You can try and talk them off the edge, but if they just want to act like that, ain't nothing you can do.
Thank you very much for your story, David. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right, a wholesome one.
A wholesome one.
A wholesome one.
Get your little wipes, wipe your little greasy fingers.
Oh.
Wipe your greasy fingers.
Yeah.
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 I mean, all that chicken.
Do you still have fingers? Did Entity leave you with any fingers? So this has been sent in by Bella, and she goes by she, her.
Thank you, Bella.
Thank you so much, Bella. Hello from Japan. I'm a long-time listener, watcher, and you've even read my horror story last year. I appreciated your advice at the time.
This is crazy. People who listen to this podcast in Japan.
Yeah, I
somebody
know.
ordered a t-shirt today from Finland.
Insane.
And I'm just like...
Yeah, I know.
It's just insane.
I know,
it's
insane.
It's just wild.
It is absolutely
Thank you
insane.
to every single person who listens to this podcast.
Thank you so much, Bella. Now I'm in a much better place. I am a teacher, and I have found out some of my co-workers also enjoy D&D. We meet on a weekly rotation on all of our games. We are either all running...
Just quickly.
Yes.
I picked this story. I love this. This story is so great.
We are either all running homebrews that we want to flesh out and get advice on, or running a campaign that we are really into but doesn't fit for our individual groups. Today, another co-worker has joined us as just an observer because he was interested, but not as a player. One member is running a Grim Hollow campaign, and we picked up where we just escaped from a battle, and I was on death's door. So I was basically dead and quite sad to lose this character. My other players helped me out, and I survived. But I casually mentioned that I wasn't a strong player because I'm more into the roleplay than battles, so my characters are not good in battles, I think. And then I realised that I messed up all of my stats. Bella... It happens.
It happens.
Oh my god. Oh my god, it happens. You are not the first, certainly not the last.
Nope.
I am a first-time player, but a long-time GM, and it has been challenging. I guess I was talking myself down a bit because we had someone watching who had never joined, and I was a bit nervous, and my bad rolls and character build would discourage him from joining. Listen, sounds like you've been a bit harsh on yourself, Bella, to be honest with you.
Just wait.
In this game, I'm a dreamer, and thus far, we have basically no information because we were rolling kind of bad on anything to get information. So I risked it, and I dream walked to see if I could find out stuff for the group. Don't know what that means. That sounds cool as fuck, though.
Yeah, Margaret had dreamers in her world.
Yeah, I did. I really did. This would risk my character's mental state, which as a dreamer is already a bit fragile. But I completely smashed the roll, and I got a lot of information.
Let's go, baby.
Everyone then started telling our observing co-worker how I may not be a strong fighter, but I play a great role because I go at it from a different perspective from them. And I have saved NPCs, and I have done things that they wouldn't have thought to do, which has helped a lot. I honestly never thought my actions of my actions like that, and it really boosted my mood and confidence. It made me feel like I was finally contributing to the group and not holding them back. Oh, Bella. Oh, what a wonderful one. It's wild, isn't it? Because you never see your own impact.
No.
Like, especially on other people, right? You know, unless people are explicitly telling you, which, let's be honest, people, you know, normally don't.
Not a lot of the time do, yeah. A lot of people, like, it's having that open line of, like, complimenting each other is something that I think comes with like trust and friendship.
Very much so.
So maybe if people don't play together super often, it's not. I just love the way that you were like putting yourself down and things like that, and being like this and this that. But your friends and your players and your the people at your table were like, yeah, Bella might not be the best like person in combat, but that's okay because Bella takes care of
everything
like,
else.
the NPC interactions.
Yeah.
They think outside the box. They like use their roleplay as like
they've saved
tool.
NPCs,
and it's just like because we aren't always going to be amazing at everything.
No,
and like yes, we've got people who are better at combat, but we've got people who think of things in just a completely different way.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Like, you may look at them with admiration, but I guarantee they look at you with admiration.
Certainly, and that goes for everything in life. By the way, you know, not just D&D. Like, there's so many things that you do as you that no one else would be able to because they're not you. And there's perspectives and there's takes that you can have on things that no one else would be able to provide because they're not you and they haven't gone through your experiences. I feel like this is just such a great example of how much people can beat themselves down 100%. For no reason when everyone else around you is like, damn.
Margaret, that's you.
Oh, yeah, it's me.
100%.
Yeah, I know it is.
100%.
Yeah, I know it is.
But and it's like, that's it. It's like, because like we play with dice and when in combat that's when we use the most dice. Everybody thinks like that is D&D.
Yeah.
But D&D can be just so much more than that.
It is
some
so much
tables
more
just
than that,
could take the dice away and they'd probably still have a better time.
Yeah, totally.
Like being a strong role player, like in my game, like if you ask the right questions to the right NPC, you'll be able to get information that like somebody who wasn't willing to ask those questions and maybe listen to what they'd said.
Yes, yeah.
Like, you guys put so many clues together and figure out so many story beats because like the words that I make my NPCs say matters.
Yeah, because we hang on every single word.
And Margaret always ends up figuring things out because she writes things down.
Yeah,
and then she'll come to me and she'll be like, Jack, you said this today. And I'm like, I know.
Maybe I did.
And then she's like,
maybe I did.
And it's like, you are just as much a part of the table.
Yeah.
As like Josh is a fantastic combat
my
person.
God. Yeah.
And you know, like sometimes he like does something and I'm like, huh.
Yeah.
Even I wasn't expecting that. And,
totally.
That's where he shines, and that's where he's amazing.
Yeah.
And, I think Abby and Matthew are very much great at both.
Yes.
But I think this side of the table where you and Abby sit, like, you do very much, not that the other two don't, but, you engage with the story and what people have to say.
Yeah.
And you think I was, like, there's some fucking questions that Abby says.
I know.
And I'm like, huh. Like, that's a fucking great question. That's a great, like, and maybe it's not what I was thinking in terms of story, but I'm like, that would be a great story.
Yeah.
That would be a great twist. Yeah.
And again, that's all because we all excel at different things.
Different areas, yeah.
We all process information differently. We all think about things differently. And, if you're feeling like this, I'm trying to speak to myself here, and everyone else who feels like this, because I know you do. It's so easy to look at yourself and be negative and think bad things, but I promise you, no one else is thinking that.
Nope.
No. You think about how much you praise, like, your partner or your best friend. They're doing exactly the same back to you.
Yeah, 100%.
I promise.
And, like, it's just so great. And to be fair, Bella, like, you clearly play with a bunch of great people.
Yes.
Because for them to be like, Bella might not be the greatest in combat, but, like, she excels at this. It's like,
yeah, that's very, very astute.
Do you want to know what? Everybody here, next time you go to your table and somebody does something cool, just be like, that was really great.
Totally.
And, like, the fact that you thought of that's awesome.
Totally.
You really excel at these things, because they might go, I never thought that about myself.
I was maybe self-conscious about that. Yeah.
So, it's just, pick up the people around us. And
next time you play your game, someone does something cool, you go, man, you're so good at that.
You're so good at that. I'm so glad we have you, because I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah.
And, you really excel at that.
Spread some positivity. Do that.
I love this story.
I love that story.
I love this story.
Oh, Bella, thank you so much. What a lovely story.
And it just shows you that, like, I know that because we go on the internet and we look at, like, builds and things like that. There ain't no build for being a fucking great role player.
No, there isn't.
There ain't a build for being a fucking note taker.
No, there isn't.
But those are so valid.
Agreed. Very much so agreed.
Ways of playing are so valid.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Bella.
Thank you, Bella.
Thank you. All right. Well, onto a horror. Onto a bad one. So this is a horror story. This has been sent in by Cinna, and he goes by he, they.
Thank you, Cinna.
Thank you so much, Cinna. Hey folks, this happened in the campaign I wrote about wanting to end a whole while back. I did end it early, but that is for another story. I would love to hear.
Send it in.
I vaguely, honestly, I'm so sorry for people who are like, I had this previous submission and don't give the details, because we go through so many. And oh my God, we've been doing this for over a year now. And God, I don't know about you. In the beginning, when we were reading stories out, it's such a blur because it was such a panic.
Yeah.
But just know we appreciate you, and sometimes I just need a couple of words just to revamp that old memory,
Dust the cobwebs off the brain,
Indeed. The same paladin that I
remember it.
Yes, the same paladin that I cornered with a wall of fire is the source of horror. This was where Cinna wrote in being like, am I the arsehole for...
I was trying to get this paladin's attention. And then I put a wall of fire around them, and then they were like... Because
they were like on their phone and like ignoring the combat. You know what?
Do you know what? This is even worse.
Oh my God.
Same person.
Right. So this is the same paladin. Okay. While we were in combat, it came to the paladin's turn. He had been chatting to the ranger about his gym process and not paying attention. So it came the rule of 3 again. The rule of 3 is basically you get 3 calls.
I'll call your name 3 times.
Yeah.
If you're still not paying attention,
your turn gets missed.
He
missed his first 2 calls and was about to miss his third and final chance to act. But instead of acknowledging his turn, he looked at me straight in the eyes and said, "Yeah, one sec," and turned away. To say I was gobsmacked was an understatement. Half of the table shot daggers at him. If a look could cast fireball, I would have a hole in my house. I skipped his turn and we moved on. After I called the next player, he said, "Wait, no, it's my turn." I almost lost my mind. Wow. The disrespect.
The fucking audacity.
The disrespect.
It's
especially
unbelievable.
in Cinna's own home.
Like,
oh my God.
And the thing is, like, the person, this is what's going through my mind. The person knows that their name has been called
twice. I know, twice.
They want
to
finish their conversation because it's... Look, it's so much more important than Dungeons and Dragons and waiting for everybody else to do it. It's so much more important. So they sat there, and then so they don't miss it, they reply. What? Yeah, one sec. Yeah, finish their conversation, thinking that we're going to hold on. The Dungeon Master goes, "No, we're going next. That's it. You've had your fucking turn."
That's exactly how I'm picturing it.
It's like...
I'm very much picturing it as in, yeah, one sec.
leave.
Oh, like the
Just get up, gather your things. You are no longer welcome here.
Just go
and leave. It's the rag and bone man.
Oh my god, it is the rag and bone man. Sorry, that scared the life out of me. I thought it was the dog.
No, the dog is asleep in the front room.
Oh my god. If you don't know do you know what a rag and bone man is? Do you know what they do?
Because
do you have them?
Margaret, when we first moved into this house, the rag and bone man comes down our street regularly.
Yeah, quite regularly, actually.
And somebody came down the street going, rag and bone, as they always do. And Margaret was like,
I was like, what the fuck's going on outside?
What's
oh my god, who's outside my house? Why are they screaming like this?
It's the rag and bone man, Margaret.
And I was like, you're joking.
No.
I was like, you're taking the piss
and
out
I
of
was
me.
like,
because
no.
Listen, that is something you would take the piss out of me for. You would be like, yeah, the rag and bone man. And just to make me believe that there's...
I love the gaslight, Margaret.
Like, but no, it's a real thing.
Only about things that don't matter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay? Yes.
Don't take that out.
This is all a dream. Anyway, sorry, the rag and bone man's outside.
Yelling.
But
yeah, it's like, get up, fuck off, leave, because we don't want you here.
No, yeah.
That's
like,
just this Dungeon Master has gone out of their way. They've taken their time to plan this fucking session for you, and all you want to talk about is your fucking gym routine when it's your turn in combat and we have a rule of 3 and you aren't paying attention. You disrespectful piece of shit.
And the fact that this is the second story, so I can't even imagine if this is the second story Cinna sent in. Did you hear that?
You okay?
Did you hear that?
I did.
Oh my god.
It sounded like you snorted.
It did. It was a little burp. I'm sorry.
Anyway.
What was I saying?
I don't know. But the disrespect is unbelievable.
Sorry, yes. Like this, the fact that 2 stories, right? I can't imagine how many times that this has happened. To the point where a rule had to be implemented to
Probably
deal.
For this person
I
alone.
think it was for this person. I think Cinna said in the last submission, it was because of this person. And I just think so incredibly disrespectful. And I understand. We don't get to see our friends very often. We're all old. Totally, we're ancient beyond our years. And we sit at a table together once a week. And we always, before we play, we have about half an hour.
45 minutes, even pushing an hour sometimes.
We eat our food together. We have a chat and we talk. And to be honest, sometimes in the middle of it, yes, we will have a bit of a chat, right? But never, ever, ever to the detriment of you having fun.
Not if somebody's, like, we have a chat, like, you know, like sometimes we can go off piece when we're doing a bit of roleplay. Yeah. But if, you know, it's like, okay, it's your turn, and you're just having a conversation with somebody else, and they're like, Margaret, it's your turn.
You'd be like, oh yeah, sorry, 1 second. Not to the DM, but to your friend.
Like, sorry, 1 sec. I want to do this with my turn, and then you can but I still think like,
and even then in combat we don't do it that often.
Yeah, there's a way to do it, and you can have little conversations and stuff like that. But
you
like,
absolutely can.
I get it, but this is just disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like I just cannot understand how you've been brought up, and you've just lived a life, and you've gone through your life, and you've been able to get away with things like this because you shouldn't be able to, and you can't be able to. So clearly, you just think you can get away with it.
Yeah, I know.
Here with this person.
Yeah, I know.
Clearly, you think you can walk all over this dungeon master.
Yeah,
and that's not okay, and that's not.
Yeah.
And the fact that everyone shot daggers at you, fair enough.
That says everything. And you know what? I know it seems like on surface level, we're seeing the story and we're fucking like really annoyed at it, but it's because we've had a story before and just.
I'd still be fucking.
No, I would as well, but especially because your DM puts so much time and effort into these things.
And you have to call your name 3 times.
It's so frustrating. It's like treating a child. It's dealing with a child. Like it's so annoying.
Like clearly everyone's waiting on you. Everyone's waiting on you to take your go.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm not saying that you can't have this conversation at the table while somebody else is doing something.
Of course.
If you want to do that, yes, we're all mates and we want to catch up and stuff like that. But if everyone's waiting on you and we've got a rule of 3 and we've asked you twice and your response is one sec, and you continue talking about your fucking gym routine with your buddy, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't, like, to me, that is just, we just need to treat each other with respect.
Yeah. Cinna,
I think, what I can't understand is, I bet this person wouldn't want treating like this.
No, of course, that I feel like that's the thing, though. A lot of people who act like this wouldn't deal very well with being treated like this.
Like, put out what you want to get.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Give out into the world
God, exactly.
what you want to receive back.
This, you know what? This is kind of adjacent, but not really. Like, we play a lot of Valorant, and there's voice talk in Valorant, which is the worst. And we were playing a game, and it was just me alive, by the way, and I was trying to clutch up some. Oh no, you were alive as well. I was trying to clutch up something. I made a mistake. that wasn't actually even really my fault. And the other players were like, that was the most embarrassing fucking thing I've ever seen. And I started talking back, and they couldn't handle the fact that I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I literally was just like, yeah, you were dead though, weren't you?
Yeah. It's
and they couldn't handle the fact that they
you had something to say.
And first of all, every single time that they had died, I was always like, good try.
Nice
that was
try.
a really good try.
Doesn't matter. Like, everyone's a different fucking, especially in Valorant, everyone's at different points. Everyone's at different fucking skill levels.
Yeah.
And it's just like, if I got mad at every person who wasn't as good as me in Valorant,
yeah, I know.
I'd be screaming down the mic fucking 24/7.
Yeah, and literally, I am the type of person where, as long as you're not being an asshole about it,
matter.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and think that you're doing your best. So good try. And I would never, ever, ever say to anyone anything like that. The second they said it and they put that negativity out and they got it back, they were shocked, gobsmacked.
They couldn't believe it.
And then it started getting into like the nasty shit, and it's like,
then
you're the lamest. You are the lamest person on earth, and kind of not really adjacent to this story. I think I just wanted to get off my chest, but you know.
But you get out what you put in.
Yeah, totally.
And it's like, if you're a fucking asshole and people start to treat you like an asshole, it's like, well, no fucking shit.
Yeah.
If you start treating people with respect and you get respect back, would you look at that?
Yeah, I know.
That's a fucking, it's a mad one, isn't it?
I know.
Just, if we put out what we want to receive, when we receive it, we shouldn't be surprised.
I very much agree.
But if we put out shit that we don't want to receive, yet we get treated like that, it's like, who have you got to blame but yourself?
I know. I want to know, Cinna, do you still play with this paladin? I really fucking hope you don't. Jeez, I really hope you don't.
Because this is the thing, and it might be quite a lot to say, but this paladin doesn't deserve to play with anybody until they can respect people at the table. Until they can respect people's time at the table.
Because like the last story was really bad as well. Yeah, the last story is once again like them absolutely completely being ignored, like completely ignoring what they've been told, and then choosing to ignore it and then getting mad at you because they ignored you.
Yeah, they ignored you. You fucking said, right, well, fuck this, I'm carrying on. Yeah. And then you carried on and they got mad at you. Yeah. It's like, you're getting out what you're putting in, buddy.
Yeah.
Would you be fucking surprised, huh?
Yeah. Indeed. Huh? That stinks. I'm sorry, Cinna.
Let's respect everyone. Yeah. Let's just respect people at our table,
That smells like beef.
It sure does.
Yeah, it sure does.
Smells like beef.
Yeah. And crisps.
And Bovril.
Oh, yeah. No,
Bovril kind of smells like
beef and
I like
shit.
the smell of Bovril.
There you go. Thank you, Cinna. I'm sorry. God, we have 3 stories left.
Sorry.
3! We have 3 of them. Are you ready? I haven't formatted this correctly. No, I have. Okay. All right. So this is a wholesome, and this has been sent in by TJ, and he goes by he, him.
Cheers, TJ.
Thank you so much, TJ. Hi again, guys. Love your feedback for my panic perception checks, by the way. Thank you so much.
It was so good. I put it on TikTok.
Yeah, people on TikTok loved it, by the way. I don't know if you saw the clip, TJ, but people like really, really liked that.
I do like that.
Yeah. Agreed. Sorry if this is too long, but I needed to tell someone because it nearly made me cry. So as a new DM, I've been super self-conscious of my ability to DM and keep my players invested. I ask for feedback at the end of sessions, but there's always a bit inside me that gets nervous that my players are getting bored or disinterested in my homebrew world. TJ, this is such a common thing. We literally had this.
We had this talk on
stream.
On stream the other day.
And so many people feel this way. Yeah. And the only thing I can say to that is it's in your head. But we'll continue.
Yeah.
This changed recently, however. When in December we were unable to play as a whole group due to timings. Being an adult can be hard.
It sure can.
Yes, it can.
TJ, it sure can.
I jokingly suggested that I wouldn't mind running solo one-shots for each character to explore their backstory in our world a little bit more. My heart sang when every single player at my table jumped at this opportunity and they were all super excited about it. I then spent a few days writing 4, soon to be 5 one-shots, where one-shots I would be DMing back-to-back from Tuesday to Friday.
Say it.
Goodness gracious me.
It's a lot of work, but if you want to do it, you want to do it, you know?
After the one-shots were done, every single player sang my praises, and during the second one, even had my players clap the moment the intro portion of the one-shot had finished playing out. I have never felt more validated and inspired to continue with this world than I did in that moment. My players are incredible, and even you have helped me both a lot with my DM abilities. I just want to say a huge thank you to the Unseen Accord, our group, and to you both. D&D is such a wonderful game. Oh, TJ.
Well done, TJ. And this is and you know, just to counter exactly what we said earlier about players. Like, you know, if somebody does something great, just be like, well done, you did that and that was really awesome. Like about Bella's story. Do the same with Dungeon Master.
Oh my God, 100%.
If they run a session that you come away from, like, man, that was sick. Just go to your Dungeon Master and be like, do you want to know what?
Yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah.
Like, what a great session. Thank you so much.
Totally.
Because
100%.
the amount of mental gymnastics and the mental punishment that Dungeon Masters put themselves through.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they don't know, because, you know, if they're asking and you're like, yeah, it was good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. But if you go out of your way unprovoked
to be like, wow, that was great.
The Dungeon Master will be like,
yeah, totally. Yeah,
and
totally.
That puts their mind at ease.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's compliment. If we like our Dungeon Master sessions,
God, 100%.
Compliment.
Yeah. And do you know who's really good at that?
Matthew is unbelievably good at that.
Really, really, really good at that.
Matthew is my number one fan.
Yeah, he really is.
Besides Margaret.
Yeah, he really
because he's always
is.
he just says such nice things about
does,
me. He's just like,
really
the world
does.
you've created so great, and the lore is amazing, and like I just love playing every single week, and you're doing such a great job, and you know what I mean, like. That makes me feel good.
Yeah, of course it does.
You know, it also gives me the drive and the want to go on. Like
totally.
the fact that you're enjoying it, like throw everything else out the window. Take all of everything and throw it out the window. If my players are enjoying what I'm doing, that is the only reason I want to continue.
Totally. Oh my God, 100% exactly. And you know, again, it can also be shown in other ways. For example, all of us constantly, all week, we're like, can't wait to play again. Oh my God. On the day, Josh always sends that gif from Finding Nemo of the starfish, like, today's the day. And, you know, we always show loads of hype around the game. And I'm sure, you know, that's our way of showing that we're really enjoying it. We're really excited. I would say we're all very vocal in game 2. We're always like, that was cool. Or, that was scary. You know, a good compliment from Abby is that was spooky.
That was spooky.
That's a good compliment.
You want to see it, and you probably want to see it for a little bit. I gave Abby a very spooky dream the other day.
Spooky dream. Very fucking spooky dream.
Was having a great time. So
yeah.
But yeah, like the fact that you have the want and the will to go out, like
totally.
I know we can't all make it, but while we've got this downtime, this is a fucking great idea.
Yeah, this is a great idea.
This is 100%. I've never thought of this.
No.
But like the way that like, okay, we're in the city, we got some downtime. We can't all make it for each session, but if everyone's free on these days, I'm gonna write a little one shot. We're going to do some like character exploration. We're going to do like a little mission for you and you alone. Yeah. That is a fucking brilliant idea.
I know. And oh my God, once again, TJ, good on you for taking the time. Because listen, I am sure that was a lot of work for you.
And a lot of time.
A lot of time.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
You have to want to do that.
You have to
really want to do that.
Big time.
But hey, your players also really wanted to do it. The fact that they were all like, me.
Yeah, me, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they want... And you've obviously created that. Yeah. So TJ, look me in the eyes. Well done.
Good on you.
Okay?
Good job.
Well done you.
Good
because job. You're clearly doing something right.
Yeah, absolutely.
For them to want to just spend one-on-one time with you to just do some fucking one-on-one shit.
Oh my God.
Like,
I know. Agreed.
That's a great idea.
It is.
So
good
that's
on you.
Sick.
Good on you.
Yep.
The Unseen card, well done.
Shout out to the Unseen
card. Great
card.
players. TJ, great DM, and so glad that even in some small way we could help. Honestly, truly.
Whatever way, if we've ever helped you,
yeah,
that's all I could have ever wanted.
Indeed. Thank you so much, TJ.
Thank you very much, TJ.
All right, we're going to move on to our last 2 stories.
Last horror, last wholesome.
Last horror, last wholesome. We always end on a wholesome.
Because we want the vibes to be good when we leave. When we dance on out of here.
Yeah. So this has been sent in by NorNation, and he goes by he, him.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. He's given it a title, The DM and His Star.
Okay. I'm excited.
My friend told me that she is joining a Tomb of Annihilation campaign. Tome of Annihilation, sorry. Why am I reading like
Isn't
this?
Isn't it the Tomb of Annihilation?
Oh, maybe. Tomb.
I know isn't the Tomb of Annihilation that really old, really hard dungeon?
Yeah.
Or maybe there is a tome within called the Tomb of Annihilation.
Oh, potentially.
I don't know. Carry on, sorry.
Either Tomb or Tome of Annihilation campaign near the neighborhood that we're both living in. And I asked to join too, returning to the game after a 10-year break from TTRPGs.
Let's go.
When we first talked, the DM stated that there's an important wizard character, and because of that, I couldn't play a warlock or a sorcerer. But eventually I convinced him to let me play a bard, since I enjoy spellcasters.
Even though that wasn't on the list of things that you can't play.
I know, even though that wasn't like outwardly banned. But he noted that I couldn't be smart or book-oriented because it would steal the thunder from the wizard.
All right, we've got some favoritism going on here.
I ignored this red flag and I joined the game as Alias, the shady changeling bard. As the party At the party, there was the DM's best friend, a wizard homebrew subclass with crazy stats in every skill relating to wisdom or intelligence with plus 12 or higher modifiers. Plus 12?
What was it, sorry?
A plus 12 higher...
Plus 12 modifier?
Mod. A plus 12.
I thought it was a scar and I was
a
like,
plus
well,
12
crazy.
mod or higher. All the story revolved around him, and literally all the other characters were his helpers to achieve his goals.
Do you want to know what? After you told me that nobody could play a warlock or a sorcerer, I could have told you exactly this. I could have fucking guessed this.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Many times, other players were shot down from the things they wanted to do or had major consequences, but the wizard was allowed to try everything and had zero repercussions, even when what he tried was so dangerous. He was mainly the one who was the face of the party and talked to most of the NPCs, and even had a secret room in our library hideout that was basically a vault full of magical items which none of us could enter. The DM hated roleplay, stopping us from having a lot of downtime to talk, and even going as far to railroad us to battles and riddles over social interactions. There were many cases of railroading ruling in favor of the wizard, and even so is brutally revealing the true identity of my runaway cleric hiding bad via magic, and I grew frustrated and had second thoughts on rejoining the hobby. So I had a discussion with the DM. He said that this is D&D and I just needed to grow up, that there is a start to the campaign, and me and my friends and roleplay are not important to the story that he wanted to tell. A year passed. First of all, NorNation, I can't believe that you...
I don't even think I'd have lasted the first
session.
I think I would have lasted 10 minutes.
Yeah. A year passed and the whole thing came to a big blow up. We fought a monster in the second level of the tomb. The monster entered an Iron Maiden to heal, and my character cast a 5th level cloud of daggers inside the Iron Maiden to hurt the monster. Great idea.
Could have cast that heat metal, imagine being in the Iron Maiden.
The DM was furious. He yelled at me that there is no way my character would even cast that spell, especially in that way, because they couldn't see inside the Iron Maiden.
Does the spell say that?
I told him that the spell states that I need to choose a point in space, but I didn't need to actually see the target point, but I was willing to do something else if he was ruling the spell that way. I ended up having to cast Dissonant Whispers, and the monster rolled an actual 20.
Surely did.
He just said, surprised.
See, isn't Cloud of Daggers an attack roll?
I'm not certain.
Well, because that's maybe why they may have took the opportunity away from the player and put it in their own hands so they could save.
Well, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But
yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Certainly.
Okay,
that's certainly exactly what happened. Yes. Truly. So I'm assuming Cloud of Daggers is a attack roll.
So yeah, no, it's you fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube of 5 feet on each side.
Yeah.
Centered on the point you choose within range. Don't need to see it.
Yeah.
A creature takes 4d4 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area and for the first time in its turn. So there is no save. So there was no way that the DM could. So they've obviously just been like, you can't pick that because I can't cheese it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. A day after that session, the DM called me and told me that I'm no longer welcome at his table because I'm not fitting in with the group, and everybody had said that. I called one of the players because we had grown really close with another one, and she told me that 2 a.m. after that session on that night, the DM called all the party and asked them how they felt about kicking me out of the party. She and the original friend I joined in with said that they weren't comfortable, but that they did agree for the DM to kick me out. This really had my they had my best interest at heart there, since I tend to be people pleasing, even if it's hurting me, but they soon left after. Alias ended up dying that night. How? He just didn't wake up.
Interesting.
Man.
Somebody cast Cloud of Daggers on exclusive.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. NorNation. Wow. I feel like this is such a typical D&D horror story. Oh my God, that is so awful.
Is dreadful.
That is awful on so many levels.
Is so bad.
Man.
Do you want to know what? This Dungeon Master needs to take a leaf out of TJ's book. You just want to run a one-on-one session.
Oh my god.
Just run a one-on-one
Oh my
session.
god. Yeah. Oh my god.
Don't invite all of these people to play. To just play with one person at your table.
100%. If there is someone, obviously their best friend, like, I understand wanting to be able to do cool things for your best friend, right?
But we got to do it for everyone.
Exactly.
We can't just have special treatments.
Just do a one-on-one game.
Just do a one-on-one game.
Just do a one-on-one game.
Because that's clearly what you want.
And you can. Oh my god, there's so many ways to do a one-on-one game. So many systems.
Do a one-on-one game.
But do you know what this reminded me of? Like, God, nothing like this. We joined a game where it was, to be fair, the people we played with, we didn't know them. They were really nice people, ultimately not the right group to play with. They were very old school. They were very 3.5 enthusiasts.
Yeah.
And we were playing an altered version of 5th edition, right?
Yeah.
And we sent over our backstories because the DM had a huge emphasis on us doing backstories.
Yeah.
And we sent them over, and he kind of gave us like an ultimatum. He was like, well, okay. To be fair, he was like, these are really good backstories.
Yeah, he did really enjoy them.
He was very kind about it, but he was like, well, we're at a point with these then that either we keep this and you become the main characters, like the whole campaign revolves around your backstory, or you have to change your backstory.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, we'll fucking change our backstory.
No, because we don't want the campaign to revolve around us.
Oh my god.
That's just not fair on everybody else at
the
table.
He was very much like, you can keep him, but it will be your story, the whole campaign. And we were like, no way.
So I think somebody else became a little bit of the main character.
Yes,
and
yeah.
It was like, oh, this person's got this aura, and like they do this, and when they do this, and it's just like, man, like this is horrendous.
Yeah,
like absolute diabolical horrendous.
Yeah, God, yeah, that
And,
situation
like,
was absolutely nothing like
having
this.
them have this vault of like magic items and stuff like that nobody else can enter. It's just unfair. I think there's so many people who don't realize it's okay to play a one-on-one game and then get a group of people together when they really just want to play with one person.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you should do that because everybody at your fucking table makes time, makes
I
backstories,
know,
makes characters, feels things, and if you just fucking leave them out, it's such bullshit.
Committed for a year as well. A year of your life. Jeez,
a year. That is such a long time.
And then, for the one time you to do something, which, by the way, NorNation says I cast Cloud of Daggers. They wouldn't let me rule it like that, so I did something else. And then for them to call you the next day and be like, I'm so sorry, it's not working. The one thing that you do that you weren't even allowed to do that they disapproved of, they were like, oh, sorry, you're out of the game.
And you called the rest of the people at 2 a.m.?
Yeah, oh my God, I know. Listen, someone's calling me at 2 a.m. Listen, my phone's on Do Not Disturb, I'm not getting any call.
At 2 a.m.? You think it's okay to call the rest of the party at 2 a.m. to just to say that you don't want somebody to be part of the game?
I know.
Because of some fucking bullshit that you ruled?
I know, yeah.
You are out of your mind.
Yeah, that is quite insane behavior.
That's wild. That's wild behavior.
I honestly think the DM needs to have get help, but also needs to have a think about why they're acting like this and why they're doing this.
And also why they want to play Dungeons &
Dragons.
Because I don't think you do truly want to play Dungeons & Dragons.
I think you just want to have a good time with your pal.
You just want to have a good time with your one friend.
Which is fine.
Which is all you'll end up with if you keep treating everybody else like this.
And again, which is fine, but don't bring other people into it.
Yep.
And I don't know, I just feel like when I hear things like this, I'm like, that person needs to work out why they have such a problem with people with not having control, you know? And hey, that's something that I've struggled with in my life as well. Like, think about, why does it really bother you if you feel like when someone tries something and you immediately take it as a personal attack and you take it as, this person's one-upping me. You have to think about it like that. Your
players have to one-up the enemy.
Yeah, they
Otherwise
have to.
They die.
And then, because then they're not the heroes. Yeah. And they are the heroes.
And
they are.
There's like, your players, you will not think of every eventuality in the game. There is no way you can. If you try and do that, you will burn yourself out as a dungeon master immediately. Your players are going to try some crazy shit. And when they try some crazy shit, as long as the dice permit, that's how we play the game.
Yeah.
That's how we, and do you know what I mean? That makes them feel good. if you don't want to be one-upped as a DM, you're on a fucking fast track to a TPK.
Yeah, totally. God, totally. Yeah. Like,
your players will one-up you session after session.
Yeah,
you are one person.
Because they have to.
They have to.
They have to win.
Because that's how they win.
Yeah, they have to win. You know what I mean? The alternative is TPK. And then the game's
alternative
over.
is you win and then they die.
Yeah, exactly. And that's I was going to say that's not fun for anyone. I don't know. But yeah.
Some people think that.
But I'm sorry, NorNation. That smells like beef and shit.
NorNation, I am sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The fact that you lasted a year, I commend you.
Yeah, but thank you very much for your submission. And I'm glad that that's in the past for you now. Yes. I am. All right. This last one.
The last wholesome.
This is a wholesome one.
From the Reddit.
This is from the Reddit. And again, I found this. Again, we need more wholesome stories in.
Yes.
I talked about this on stream ages ago. I stumbled upon, because I'm in the D&D subreddit quite a lot, I stumbled upon a story. Someone talking about their paladin and how they sacrificed themselves to the party. And I have desperately been trying to find that story, and I couldn't. I found this one though.
Here it is.
I found this instead. No,
here's this instead.
If I ever find the story, you're going to be the first ones to hear about it. Sadly, the username has been deleted. They've deleted their account since.
That's okay.
But
the story still lives on.
Indeed. I once played a barbarian named Adelhard that had 3 defining features of his personality. 1 actually numbered. He grew up in a remote village, and as a result was very ignorant of the outside world. He was constantly asking his comrades ridiculous questions like, "What is temple?" 2, he was unable to sire children, so he vowed if he would leave no kids behind to carry on the family name, that he would die as a great warrior. And 3, he didn't believe in the gods. I realize in D&D gods are very tangible, but I thought it would be fun if he just didn't believe in them at all. No one at home ever spoke of gods, so Adelhard just assumed it was an outsider thing. Towards the end of the campaign, Adelhard has killed many fantastical beasts and such, but not limited to chimeras, demons, giants. But no matter how many beasts he slays in battles or how many battles he wins, it was never enough for Adelhard. Every time he takes down a challenging opponent, he thinks the fight was too easy, and he vows to find a real fight that he will be remembered for. Our party finds a scroll of resurrection in one of our many dungeon delves. The paladin took it, but Adelhard became very curious about it. Once they get back to town, Adelhard asks the paladin to kill him, wait 3 days, and then revive him by using the scroll so he can see firsthand if there really is anything to these gods and this afterlife he keeps hearing about. The paladin reluctantly agrees. I can just see how this goes down. Adelhard was fine with the paladin stabbing him to death, but the pally insists that he used a poison that will just kill him painlessly. We enlist the help of a few priests at a local temple to make sure Adelhard's body doesn't rot while he's gone, and the poison goes down the hatch. Adelhard wakes up in a huge field. He stands up and takes a look around to see a 50-foot tall giant away off. The gigantic figure is the only distinguishable landmark as far as the eye can see, so he heads that way. As Adelhard approaches, he introduces himself, but before he can finish, the giant figure says, "I know who you are. You're Adelhard the Drake Slayer." Adelhard is stunned that his reputation precedes him, and the figure goes on to explain that he is in fact the god of war and valor, and that he knows the name of every great warrior, and he is welcomed into Valhalla. Adelhard is overcome with emotion when the god explains that his heroic deeds have brought him here. Adelhard spent the next 3 days eating, drinking, and fighting, 3 of his favorite things, with ancient heroes of all kinds. When he wakes up in 3 days, when his 3 days were up and Adelhard wakes up in the temple with the paladin looking down on him, "What did you see?" the paladin asks. Adelhard smiles and replies, "Exactly what I needed to."
Man, what a story! What a story! Like, and here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? You've just heard a story of a very ignorant character.
Yeah.
Didn't have to be a fucking asshole.
Didn't have to be an asshole.
Didn't have to be a complete, like horrible person to be around. just ignorant in terms of like, I've never experienced the world.
The outside world, yeah.
But, like, I'm experiencing it and taking it in and learning from it and stuff like that. We can play ignorant characters who are very secular and who've grown up in their own place and nowhere else and not be an asshole.
Yes, oh my God. Say it once more for the people at the back.
You don't have to be an asshole if you play an ignorant character.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like this is such a perfect way. There's actually so many things here. The fact that OP has said these are the 3 defining features. Sometimes
that's all you need.
Yeah. Oh my God.
All you need.
If you don't want to, you don't have to have a backstory. No. You don't have to have all these things. Having 3 defining features that you stay true to through your character, and they can change if you see fit, I think is such a great way to build a character.
And like they can be curious and stuff like that. It's giving me Grog Strongjaw.
Yeah, it's giving me Grog vibes.
Like Grog was, when there was things that Grog got excited about. Yeah. He could scarcely leave them alone. And it was great. And Grog was an idiot who was ignorant. Yeah. Who like lived with the herd. Yeah. And after he left, like things were strange to him. But he wasn't horrible. Yeah, exactly. And he wasn't like racist and homophobic and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Man. And then, the fact that this giant was like, I know your name. Yeah. Because you're a great warrior. Yeah. Like, and then they come back and then the paladin's like, what did you see? That's what I needed to.
Also, great DMing. Man, for the DM to have listened to this player and being like, this is all Adelhard cares about.
Ever wanted.
Yeah, all he wants.
To be a great fighter.
Yeah, exactly.
All they care about.
And man, what a moment that must have been for the DM. Because listen, I'm sure you hear as the DM, the barbarian being like, kill me and just revive me. Yeah. I'm sure as the DM, you're like, What's going to occur here?
That's not great.
Yeah.
But like it wasn't done, and especially for the paladin to be like, I'm just gonna poison.
Yeah, Adelhard like, stop me.
Yeah,
kill me.
Like that's great. Do you want to know what? That's a really great little story. Yeah, that's come from a simple backstory. Truly, and nothing complicated and nothing nasty.
And let's be honest, faith in your DM. Yeah. Your DM wanting to give the best. I think that is just such a wonderful story. Yeah. Wonderful role play. What a beautiful story.
Great story.
I love that story.
Love it so much.
Yeah, I really do. It's such a shame that the account's been deleted since, but just know it's out there. It's on Reddit.
It's a great story. And that just shows you like, hey, look, we like in-depth backstories and stuff like that. But if you're not a person like that, but you still want to engage in roleplay,
don't have to be. Oh my God, you don't have to be.
From a small village, 3 things. Yep. Very simple, very nothing fucking expansive, but done so well.
Yeah, indeed.
Just done really well.
Indeed. What a perfect story.
Great story. Love it.
That's it. That's a lot. Oh my God, I didn't tell you. This is my bad. I didn't tell you to get your shoes on and pick up your rubbish.
You can put them on while I shill a bunch of things.
Yeah, oh my God, I ended the last episode being like, take your popcorn, take your nappies, don't hand them to someone at the bar. Someone commented being like, this is niche, but I also worked in a cinema, and thank you for mentioning that, because the amount of nappies I had to pick up off the floor.
Off the floor?
Off the floor. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God. You think it's bad enough someone handing you a hot steaming nappy over a bar? Try finding them in the cinema.
3 hours later.
Terrible. And listen, the amount of fucking shit we used to find in the cinema after the fact was horrendous. Yeah. Horrendous.
Anyway. Check out the merch, www.eldritchpodblast.co.uk.
I'm not wearing merch today.
I'm rocking a Caleb t-shirt.
Abby surprised me with this for Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
Very, very, very wonderful
good
of her. Thank you.
The logo hoodie is out. You've been supporting the merch so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
The Entity t-shirt is out as well, so go and pick them up there, www.eldritchpodblast.co.uk. Our Hellbound store is down below, 10% off with the code PODBLAST. All your D&D goodies, from notebooks that are personalized with your name in it, from spell cards to dice bags to t-shirts to all sorts. Yeah. So head there and grab some of them. That supports us as well. Like the video. Yep. Subscribe if you haven't. Yep. Hit the bell to be notified. All of it goes a million miles to helping the channel. Type down below with your little wholesome story and just give the people who have the horror stories some closure. Yes. Type down below. Little tippy tappies on the keyboard. Little tippy tappies. I love you.
I love you.
Bully loves you. We've been the Eldritch Podblast, and we're going to see you on Thursday.
Bye.